In the quiet of the night,
Ladies, gentlemen, this is a pre-recorded intro audio.
every chord remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Note becomes a name.
Every note becomes a name.
The frequencies,
But nothing sounds the same. Do you feel it? Do you feel the electric guitar, the athleticism, the amp on the stage catching fire, the crowd going wild? Do you feel it? Or do you go through life not knowing why? Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to buckle up. I need you to get ready, because we are about to begin the most important guitar stream ever. Start the clock.
so Sorenzo. The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me.
This is a pre-recorded intro.
Like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence.
Ooh, baby.
I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow. And every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.
Baby. Ladies, gentlemen, I need you to buckle up and get ready for the athleticism.
Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go.
Mr. Sorenzo, oh,
I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.
baby. This is a pre-recorded audio.
Plug plug in the power, feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head, banging mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Electric in my veins.
Ladies,
Supercharged, but I'm still
Gentlemen.
unchained. Screw classical players.
welcome to the Guitar Podcast. Woo! It's 4th of July, baby! Happy 4th of July, everybody. How are we doing? Zuhair says, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. What's wrong? Nothing wrong. We feel athletic today, baby. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Podcast. I am your host with the most, Mr. Sorenzo. Baby, we are feeling athletic today for two reasons. First of all, it's 4th of July. It's one of our favorite days ever, and we like it. We like it very much. Klaus says, yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 my man. Happy 4th of July. Secondly, the second reason why we're so in the mood today. I should stop screaming at the mic. But we are in the mood today, I gotta tell you. We have an athletic stream for y'all today. First, let's talk about Gibson getting weirder and weirder with their guitars. Okay? Let's talk about it. That's our first item on the docket. Then, we're gonna talk about Ibanez finally releasing that new Tim Henson guitar back in the wild. Finally. Took him a while. Took him 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, something around like that. Then we're going to talk about the impact of your guitar strings on your tone. There was an article. We're going to debunk it. We're going to demyth it. There's a lot of myth out there in the wild. We're going to demyth it. Say myth. Say it. Say it. Say myth. Anyways, then we're going to talk about a new Jackson Kelly release. It looks athletic, but is it athletic? We're going to talk about that. And then lastly, we finish it. Well, we're going to have something in there in the middle. Our July 4th announcement. So when I tell you that this stream today is going to be muy atleticamente, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get the party started. Woo! Woo! We're feeling good. We're feeling good. Art and Guitar 99 says, all right, hold on. Pause the music. This comment is different a little. It says, as he came into the window. As he came into the window was the sound of a Sorenzo. I got goosebumps reading it. Oof. Art and guitar. That was an athletic comment. We like that. In fact, we like it so much that I'm going to pin it. This is the pinned comment of the day. We're just going to pin it right up there. Where is it? How do you pin things? There we go. Pin message. This is now pinned to the top of this, hopefully. I would hope so. There we go. Go back to music. Klaus said, we had our nation's birthday 3 days ago. Happy birthday to yours today. Thank you. Klaus, where are you from? Are you German? Which nation had its birthday 3 days ago? Oof. Let's get the party started, man. Let's do this. Let the nights glow. All right. We're excited enough, I think. Now, tone it down. Thank you. Tone it down. Let's play something a little bit more mellow. Sorry, guys. I went like lightheaded a little there. Let's do something a little bit more mellow, and we will get to do our first item on the docket. That's better. There we go. Boom. Let me set the volume. How's the volume, y'all? Is the volume good? Are we feeling good about the volume? Klaus says, Canadian. Oh, wow. You're from La Canada. I'm assuming that's how they say Canada in Spanish. I don't know. Yeah. So did you guys know, speaking of Canada, did you guys know the state of North Dakota is also called South to Canada? True story. Even if you ask the locals, North Dakota is also called South to Canada. And July 1st is Canada Day. I didn't know that. Oh, thanks for that info. I had no idea. And I have cousins living in Canada, by the way. I have 2 cousins and my aunt living in Canada. I had no idea July 1st was Canada Day. I know Thanksgiving. Do y'all have the same Thanksgiving Day? Yeah, I don't know. I think in Canada, the Thanksgiving Day is different. So they celebrate it differently. Like on a different day, not differently. Canada is an awesome country, by the way. I've been to Vancouver for, 3 months, 2 months. I've been there for a couple of months with my aunts and my cousins. A while ago, a long time ago. Great country. Vancouver, tell you guys something. First of all, Canadians are awesome. They're so nice. Canada, there's so many similarities between Vancouver and Melbourne. Funny enough. Like, Vancouver and Melbourne have so much in common. Like, in a lot of ways. So that's a fun thing. Like, when you travel around the world, you notice these little things. But yeah, I didn't know, Klaus. I'll keep it in mind. Which city in Canada are you from? Which Canadian city are you from? I could have worded it a lot better, but I didn't. Yeah, there we go. Klaus says Canadian Thanksgiving is on the first Monday of every October. Told you. Yeah. There we go. Zuhair says long delay between when I send a message and when you get it. Yeah, that's a little annoying, right? So in my stream settings, right, I don't have any delay. Because, you can have, like, add delay or latency to your stream. Especially, like, game streamers do that so that they don't get, like, stream sniped. But I don't have that. And so any latency there is just, like, a connection latency. Like a... Yeah. And I'm like... And my internet speed is great. Like, I've got the juice. And the carbon. Right? So... Klaus says, just outside Ottawa. Yeah, right, okay. Nice. There we go. All right. Shall we get our first 19 seconds? That's a long time. Okay. Good to know. Zuhair, let me do this. Let me, what I'll do after the stream, I'll check out and see if there's any other way, like, to tweak some sort of, like, hidden setting or something, for me to be able to reduce that time. 19 seconds is a long time. Yeah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the feedback, pal. Appreciate it. I'll be sure to do something about it. If there's anything I can do to fix it, I will. Good to know. Yeah, I think, like, so 19 seconds, so about, like, 10 seconds each way, right? Because, like, from my video to get to you, and then from your chat to get to me, something like that, maybe. Yeah, let me figure it out. All right, shall we get on to our first item on our Docket? Let's do this. Boom. So, Gibson released their new extended scale. So that's a long scale Gibson Les Paul. Now you might think, oh my God, long scale. Like, is it 26.5 inches for a 6-string? No. Wow. Okay. Even longer. Is this a 27-inch, scale guitar for a 6-string? No. Oh my God. Did they do more? No. They did not do more. So the thing that is called an extended scale guitar right now here on this page is actually a 25.5-inch scale. Now, given the fact that Gibson Les Pauls are usually 24.75 inches in scale length, so just below 25, a 25.5-inch scale is considered a long scale Les Paul. Okay, a long scaled Les Paul at 25.5-inch scale, and already that is a strange thing to me. So when I first saw this, I kid you guys not, I was like, why? Right? Why? Because to me, it seems like this is just for them to have that on the catalog, as opposed to actually, like, remedying a problem, scratching an itch, like, satisfying a demand, right? Because the thing about it is, right, one of the arguments that you always hear in guitar forums and in, like, online and whatever, right, or even when you're chatting with your friends who play guitar, one of the things that always comes up a lot, not always, is the impact of shorter scales guitar, the impact of shorter scale on a guitar on tuning and down tuning, for example. Like, so there's something to be said that if you got a shorter scale guitar, you're more limited in how you can down tune that guitar, right? Otherwise, if your strings become really floppy, right? So there's something to be said about that. But I have a Gibson Les Paul at home, and I can easily down tune it to drop D or, drop C. Or standard D. Easily. Right, standard D and drop C very easily achieved on my 24.75-inch scale Les Paul. And more often than not, people don't go below that. And if I'm like if you want to do Slipknot tuning, like standard B or drop A, right? You wouldn't do that probably on a 24.75. I get that. I wouldn't comfortably do it on a 25.5-inch scale unless, like, I had really thick strings. You know what I mean? So I said all of that to say that having a 25.5-inch scale Les Paul, I don't know how much value add this actually is, to be completely honest with you guys, right? So that was the first strange thing I noticed about this. The second strange thing I noticed about this guitar was that you have a $6,000 guitar, $6,000 US, which is expensive. That is a pricey guitar right there, right? But then you have 49R and 498T pickups that you find in, like, the studio models. Like Les Paul Studios, I think Tributes, Like, not the highest end stuff, because it's not a burst bucker, right? So for a $6,000 guitar, you get something like that. I thought it was a bit of a surprising thing. So like, this guitar overall didn't make sense to me at all. Fine, more options, so some people will find it attractive and buy it probably. It's just that this guitar does not make any sense whatsoever. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the Gibson Custom Les Paul Long Scale in Ebony. Sean, how are ya? Sean says black and gold looks great. Oh, I agree with you. That Black Betty color, it looks really good. Black and gold, I agree with you. It looks really good. I'll show you the mod that I did, Sean, a little later today. There's a guitar that I modded, and I added pickup rings and pickup covers to it. I'm keen to know what your thoughts on that. But yeah, so there we go. That's the guitar. As far as Les Paul is involved, you don't get like these sort of extra cutaways here on your neck heel for extra access, like a better neck hug. You get it only on Gibson Les Paul Moderns, but this extended scale one doesn't have it either. So they're kind of staying true to tradition on that. Yeah. Super good looking guitar. I really dig the looks. I just don't know if the specs make any sense. So talking about the body now, you have a one-piece mahogany body, a gloss nitro lacquer, not a surprise on a Gibson, and a maple top. Great. Multiply binding on it, and a 9-hole weight relief. So essentially, the back wood of this guitar has 9 spots that it has holes in there. 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and 1 in the middle. That's my guess. But essentially, they do that to reduce the weight of that guitar. And some people argue that it increases the resonance, the vibration of the bodywood when you do weight relieving. But that one, no one can agree on ever. Now, funny thing is, another funny thing, despite the fact that it's 25.5 in scale, it has 22 frets, not 24. Right. Neck is mahogany, and it's a modern medium C. 12 inches in radius, not a surprise there. Medium jumbo frets, not a surprise there. And a long neck tenon joint. Again, it's just like a set neck that Gibsons use. Now, knot material is Corian. They don't do that often. More often than not, Gibson Les Paul's nuts are some sort of a plastic at the higher end, even at the higher end. And the reason for that is not cost saving. The reason for that is Gibson traditionally made their nuts out of plastic, some sort of plastic material. But yeah, Corian. I mean, neck scale, 25.5 inch is in the scale length we talked about. Pickups, again, disappointingly, 498T, 490R. By the way, can I say something? I said disappointingly. My Gibson Les Paul sounds awesome with the 498T, 490R. It sounds really good. I love those two pickups. It's super good for metal, by the way. The 498T, really good for metal with my settings, like with my presets and everything. Like, I remember when I first plugged it in, I didn't have to tune it much, like tune the sound and the EQ and everything. It was really good, right? So I'm not faulting. It's not a bad pickup at all. I've got them at home, right? It's just that for $6,000, you would expect something a little bit more special. Alrighty, so now we have two 500K CTS volume pots. We love those, cream of the crop. And two 500K CTS tone pots, love them. Again, cream of the crop, as they say. And then ABR12 pneumatic bridge, everything in gold. A black multiply pickguard, brass strap buttons. So the strap button is going to be a little heavy. Don't know how I feel about that. And the reason for it is that there's an argument to be made to have about lighter strap buttons, lighter tuning keys, everything lighter, every metal bit that you can put on a guitar, if you can make it lighter, do it. And that just not for like weight relief, that's just for resonance. There is an argument to be made about that. I know some luthiers are heavy believers in that. And then very lastly, you have the Grover kidney tuning machines on it, on this guitar. Overall, look, it's a different guitar, and specs-wise, some things, to be completely honest, don't make sense to me. Again, why go to a 25.5-inch scale if we're staying at 22 frets, if we got a legacy to protect, if we have a $6,000 guitar and don't change anything else on it? Yeah, overall, it was a weird listing, not gonna lie. But it's a Gibson Les Paul. You know, we like them. We like them a lot. So there you have it, folks. That was the first guitar. Like, I just thought like this would be a good warm-up to the stream because, like, there's a few interesting things we saw that we weren't expecting to see. Yeah. What do we think about this? What do you guys think? Like, do you find it attractive, like a 25.5-inch scale Les Paul? Because I know, like, in my mind, when I think Gibson, especially Les Paul, I'm like 24/7/5. Like, you know how, I'll tell you guys this is like it's like philosophical. I don't know if I can call it philosophical, but you know when, you guys know why names are so important, like people's names, why they're so important? And because they're not just a form of like calling somebody, right? Like when somebody says Mr. Sorenzo, right? In your mind, it's not just my face that comes to mind, is, you know, the way I sound, guitar, YouTube, music. You know what I mean? When you say Mr. Sorenzo, there was like a whole bunch of things that kind of come with it together, right? When you say Zuhair, when you say Klaus, Sean, or you say Art and Guitar, each of you guys got a name, and when somebody says that name, there's like a group of things that comes to the sayer's mind. That's why names are so important, because you automatically attach them to different things, different feelings, different whatever, right? For me personally, one of the things that I attach Les Pauls to is a 24/7/5-inch scale length. So if you're changing that, you better deliver. You know what I mean? Sean says, Corian is a brand of solid surface material developed by DuPont, composed of natural minerals and an acrylic polymer. Thank you. Thanks for that, Sean. Let's bring it up, actually. So, Corian. Here we go. Where are we? Boom. This is Corian. Kitchen material. You know, not exactly the same material, but similar material used in like kitchen countertops, right? The good thing about it so here's how you look at it. So to be honest with you, unless it's like all right, let me start it this way. The material of your nut make a massive impact on the tone of your guitar, right? So if you got like brass, for example, because we have like a lot of traditionally built guitars have brass nuts, right? You get a nice sort of like you get more treble out of that guitar. So the guitar sound that you get out of it is more trebly, is more bright, very brassy, right? On the other hand, if you have a plastic nut, you know, you don't get high-end frequencies as much, and the frequency is going to be more focused on the mid, right? So, yes, the choice of material matters when it comes to the guitar nut. There's a saying in the luthier world that says anything that touches the string is God. when it comes to your guitar tone. Anything that touches the string is God. It's going to have a massive impact. Nut is certainly one of it, right? Now, the thing that matter when it comes to the selection of nut material, one of the first things that everybody should think about is, number one, is it hard or solid material, right? So is it hard? Is it solid? Is it like really stiff? If it is, that's a good thing. So you want something that is really nice and solid. Second thing is it uniform? So one of the challenges with bone nuts, because like everybody says, oh, bone nut, it's fantastic, fabulous, right? Everybody loves bone nuts. But the thing with bone nuts, because they are biomaterial, they're like natural material, right? Like literally, they are taken from the tibia of cows, bulls, buffaloes, right? Because they're organic material, they have a lot of inconsistencies. And I'm not sure if you guys know, or like bones have a lot of holes in them. Like our bones, animal bones, have a lot of holes in them, allows for bone marrows to reside there, vessels, so on and so forth, right? But there are some hard parts of the bone. That's the part that, like the front of your tibia. That's the part, the shin. That's the part that is used to create bone nuts. But again, even then, it's not fully uniform. And so if you find a uniform piece that is good for a guitar nut, if there's just like holes in it and whatever, it's hard to, you know, make a selection out of it. So the second thing you want to think about is whether it's uniform or not. And with Corian, because it's a composite material, you can do that. You can get that uniformity. So if you get the base material right, when it comes to the forming of forming the shape of the whole thing, the material, the block, whatever you want to call it, like when you're trying to like form this shape out of it, right? If you got the what do you call it? If you got the right base material, you can get something solid and uniform out of it. That's what I was trying to say, right? So again, it's an interesting selection in a guitar. I don't know how tonally it would differ from something like, I don't know, Graphtec Tusk, another synthetic material. So that'll be interesting to see. From what I understand, and I could be wrong here, so don't quote me on this, but unlike Graphtec Tusk, you can't have Corian to be self-lubricating. So Graphtec Tusk, it has Teflon in it, right? It has Teflon in those nut slots. And so it's kind of self-lubricating, and it makes the movement of the string in the nut a little better. I don't think Corian has that. So, yeah. So there you have it. Thanks a lot for that, Sean. Sean's great. Sean likes these details, and we find that very athletic. From handshakes to Sean. So there you have it, folks. This was our first item on our Docket. On our Docket. All right. Can we jump to the next one? I wanted to show you guys something a little funny. Like, it's just a little article thingy that I wanted to share with y'all. So check this out. So I read this on a Japanese newspaper. So for those who don't know, I was born in Tokyo, Japan, right? And I was like flipping it yesterday, literally yesterday, right? And I saw this. Fender opens a second, more unplugged cafe. So for those who don't know, Fender has a central building in Tokyo, massive building. In it, there are cafes, there are merch stores, obviously guitars and amps and pedals and everything else. And so that was Fender's attempt in Japan to go direct to consumer, right? This is just a cafe, literally just a cafe. So you get like coffees and little burgers and you know, stuff like that. It's just a cafe. So I didn't think much of it at the time when I was like watching it yesterday, like reading about it yesterday. I'm like, okay, fine, It's like a standalone cafe in Tokyo, and great. You know, we're entering the catering business. Fine. Right? Then I saw this article again yesterday where Gibson launches a new range of retro-inspired football shirt for World Cup. Right? And I was like, all right, fair enough. So we're in the clothing business now. And then it occurred to me, I was like, you guys remember when we were talking about the Fender lawsuit scenario situation? Fender cease and desist like 20 different companies. We were talking about it. Zuhair didn't like it. Zuhair was like, this is boring. But we made a fun thing out of it. And you guys remember I said this. I said Fender and Gibson eventually, the brand is going to become more valuable than the guitars themselves. Like the value proposition of the brand is going to be bigger than the actual tools that they produce, the guitars that they produce. And when that happens, Fender and Gibson are going to start to do business ventures that has nothing to do with guitars. There you have it, folks. Literally, they just opened a cafe. It's a cafe. There's a Fender headstock light in there. Has Fender-inspired matcha art, like latte art. And Gibson is doing like football jerseys. At this trend, in 10 years, things are going to change so much, man. Like Gibson is not going to be just a guitar company anymore. They're going to enter fashion. Fender is already doing catering. I just find it hilarious. I just find it really weird. You know what I mean? Like the legacy of Leo Fender. Like imagine if Leo Fender was alive. And you told him, hey, instead of working on guitars and innovating and coming with something new like you did, like you came up with Strat and Telecaster and changed the whole world, you know, we're going to spend that resource to do catering. Fender wedding catering. How about that? I just thought to share that with you guys before we jump to the next item on Docket. I don't know. I was just laughing my ass off yesterday. But yeah, so there you have it. Let's jump to our next item on the docket. And then we're going to have a 4th of July announcement, y'all. We've got an important announcement today. We're going to talk about it after this. Let's jump to the next item on the docket. Ibanez finally released it. They teased it at the NAMM show this year. In January, they brought it out, but they did not release it. They finally did. The Todd 100 FMN. So this is, for those who don't know, an iteration of the earlier acoustic electric guitar that Ibanez did with Tim Henson. So the Todd series, the TOD series, right, consists of 5 different guitars, this particular acoustic electric, right? So you have 4 right-handed ones, the 1 left-handed one there, and then obviously you have the Tim Henson's electric stuff, right? But essentially, these 2 guitars, the 2 black ones here, the Todd 10N, right, were the guitars that were initially released at the time when Tim Henson did that first acoustic electric with Ibanez. Now, they grabbed that design and they improved on it a little, right? So there are a couple of things that they did on it that is very, very interesting. First things first on this, forget about the looks. We'll come to the looks and admire the guitar in a second, because let's be honest, it looks awesome. As much as I'm an electric guitar guy and I don't do acoustic, this is kind of like electroacoustic, so gets a pass. But there are a few nice features in there that I thought it's really interesting. Number one, and you guys might find some similarities between this and that Abasi concept with the Cordoba that we talked about in January, if you guys were watching the stream then in Jan, you know what I'm talking about. First thing is, look at that sound hole. Can you guys see the sound hole? Let me make it a little bigger here for you. So the placement of the sound hole is really, really, really nice and convenient. I really like it. Right, so unlike a lot of acoustic electric guitars that the sound hole is at the front, the sound hole here on this guitar, look at that. Let me do this so you guys can see it well. Here. It's on the side and it's upward. And I kind of like it because if you're the one who's playing it, it's like right in your face. I like that. Right. So that's the first thing about it that I thought it was really good. Second thing about it that I thought it was very good is the sort of like semi-heelless design. See how smooth the heel is going into the body? There is no separate heel kicking out and gets glued to the body. It blends into the body really well. And acoustic guitars or guitars that are heavily inspired by acoustic guitars usually don't have that. Right? They usually don't have that. And so the fact that we get something that is, you know, by the way, that's a second sound hole, which is again on the side. But you can get a guitar with nylon strings that get these kind of like electric guitar features, which I think is really, really, really nice. Right? So I don't think, so talking about Cordobas, right? I don't think that Ibanez looked at Cordobas when it comes to like doing this guitar, because you guys know how, like, for example, when they did the Alpha model, they were looking at what Tosin Abasi was doing, and they really, you know, kind of copied it in some ways. So I'm not suggesting that Ibanez did this with Tosin Abasi's Cordoba acoustic guitar, but what I'm saying is that you can see how electric acoustic guitar designs are merging towards a certain direction, which is kind of closer to electric guitar features. And it kind of makes sense, right? Like thinner necks, better neck body joints, like a smoother heel. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Thinner guitars. That just makes the whole thing more ergonomic and lighter and just better experience for the player. You know what I mean? Just easier to play. You can see the direction that the market is taking. So you can see sort of like you can see some of that also in like Fender acoustic electrics. Like you can see that like the direction of the market is in that kind of direction. By the way, for those who don't know, this is the Abasi Cordoba 7-string acoustic guitar. This is what I was talking about when I said the Cordobas. For those who haven't seen it, it was released on Nam Day. There we go. This is the acoustic electric guitar that Tosin Abasi did with Cordoba, which is an acoustic guitar builder. Yeah, very, very interesting guitar. We talked about it in detail in one of our Nam show streams. So yeah. Dorotio, how are ya? Dorotio says, I am late, but I got a hall pass, guys. Cordova is made by Yamaha. Cordoba. Not Cordova. Oh, I think it's a typo. Cordoba is made by Yamaha? Is it? Is Cordoba? I don't think so. Made by Yamaha? No way. No way. No, they're not. But Yamaha now owns the Cordoba brand. Interesting. Right, interesting. Thanks for that, dude. I did not know. I didn't know Yamaha owns Cordoba as a brand. Well, in that case, I'm glad that Tosin is working with them, because Yamaha does have a lot of firepower. Like, they've got the money to let him come up with new designs and play things around. I like it. In February 2023, Yamaha bought it. Ha! We did not know that. So there you have it, folks. That was the new guitar that we saw on Ibanez releasing, and we liked it. We liked it a lot. Now, shall we talk about the some other features there? Like, for example, I really appreciate these extra curves on the body. This guitar, by the way, has a piezo system from Fishman, and so it has like some pickups in there, but it has a piezo system that picks up the acoustic sound of the electric guitar. Check this out. So more often than not, when you look at the preamp of any like acoustic electric guitar, what you get is volume and then EQing a little. So you get like, say, bass, treble, mid, things of that nature, or gain sometimes, right? The thing with the preamp of this guitar that makes it really special is that instead of having that sort of like bass, treble sort of EQ that you see everywhere else, it has a volume knob, and then it has two blend knobs. And what the blend knobs do is that they help you to change the percentage of how much of the sound is being picked up by the acoustic side of the guitar and how much of the sound is coming from the electric side of the guitar. So how much from the piezo system that picks up the acoustic sound and how much from the pickups that gets picked up. So that's the thing that makes it really interesting. So if you have that guitar, you can literally decide how much electric or how much acoustic you want to make the sound of that guitar. So that's a very nice feature. The earlier guitar that Tim Henson had did not have this feature at all. So this is a new feature that they put in, I think, after they partnered up with Fishman for the pickups of this guitar. That's what sort of like, came out of it. So that was another nice little feature. So these are the three knobs that we're talking about. Right. And then very lastly, it's the contour at the top that almost all acoustic guitars and most acoustic electrics don't have. So you have a really nice curve up there. It's like an arm curve, forearm curve. And I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes your life a lot easier. So that's one of the things I love about super strats, right? Or strats. You get that contour and it sort of saves your life. For me, at least it does. So now talking about the specs of this guitar. First, you have an FRH chambered body. Fan bracing for chambered body. Flamed maple top. And solid okume on back and solid okume sides. You have a C-shaped neck that is made out of Nyata. So like Nyata's sound quality is like similar to mahogany. Think of it like a light mahogany. But then again, mahogany is a weird one, right? Because there's like 100 different types of mahogany. So set of neck, ebony fretboard, ebony double hole bridge, rosewood body binding, and the Tree of Death inlay. So that's the Tim Henson one, right? You got the Tree of Life for Steve Vai, and then you have the Tree of Death for Tim Henson. So, gold classical tuners, 22 frets, comes with D'Addario strings, and comes in standard tuning. The pickups, like what I was talking to you guys about, is a Fishman acoustic matrix under saddle, and then the Fishman bridge mounted body. And then you have the Fishman Aura Todd 100 and custom Tim Henson system. That's the preamp that I talked to you guys about. Then, this is where it gets interesting. The scale is 25.6, so not 25.5, just a little more. Why? I don't know. What purpose that serves, I have no idea. You have 21 mils at the first fret and 22 mils on the 7th. So the thickness of the neck is like very, very similar to most electric guitars that have a modern sort of like mid to low thickness. So think of 17 mils for everybody's reference. Talking about the first fret, 17 mils is like Ibanez Wizard, like extremely thin. 19 mils on the first fret is like nice and thin. That's my sweet spot. 21 mils is like medium, thin kind of a vibe. And then after that, you get to the thick sort of like a territory. That's the first thing. And then the radius of that, so it's kind of like nice and thin. Let's be honest, for an acoustic, it's very nice and thin. So those who like acoustic guitars, like nylon strings on it, if that's your vibe, this is really nice and thin for you. And then you have 400 millimeter radius, which I would think it translates to 20 inches. Let's see. Let me double check. So go to my Google. Millimeter to inches. 16 inches, 1574 inches. So it's really nice and flat. Again, it's not 20, it's 1575, but it's really nice and flat in radius. And this was a little bit of a surprise for me, by the way. When I saw that, I thought about flat when I saw it, right? I thought it was 20. I was wrong. It's a little rounder than that. But even then, even 1575 is a little surprising to me for this guitar. And the reason for that is because Tim Henson constantly plays riffs and phrases that are chord heavy. They're like arpeggiated chords. Like a classical player, right? Like you have like weird crazy shapes of chords across the neck and you jump between those weird shapes, and that's one of the strengths of Tim Henson. It's like super dexterity, right? But for a guitar that is predominantly meant for, that kind of playing, as opposed to his like electric signature guitar, which is more for riffing and all that, right? You would think that they would go for something like a little rounder, like a rounder fretboard. At least I would think that. Like I would think 12 inches, 14 inches, maybe max. So the fact that they went for something a little flatter is interesting. I thought that was an interesting choice of fretboard radius. We can see it, right? This guitar is really, really becoming closer and closer to electric guitar specs. And I like it. I think that's fantastic. To be honest with you guys, I was recommending a guitar to one of my students this week. So I have a new student. I had my second lesson with her this week, and she has like an old classical guitar, like a big chunky classical guitar, and what we're talking about, she likes the sound of the classical guitar. She's not into electric so much, but like she has small hands. That guitar is bulky and chunky, and we were talking about, like, I was consulting her on, what kind of guitar to buy. And one of the options I brought up was the black version of this, the older version, this one. One of the options I brought up was this one. I was like, it's closer to electric guitar. It's more ergonomic. It's lighter. It's, everything we talked about, because the specs between this and that one is really similar, right? So there were some improvements on the design of the new guitar. For example, the heel, right? But it's still a really good guitar. It's like a nice blend of acoustic and electric. And so that was one of the recommendations I had. Plus it comes in pink too, right? But you can see the direction. I like it. I think it gives a lot of people this option of playing with an ergonomic and well-playing guitar without having to sacrifice on the nylon string sound, that acoustic sound. So there we go. From handshakes to Ibanez, I like this. I really like this guitar. I'm not a fan of Tim Henson's electric guitar so much, but this acoustic electric, I really dig it. I think this is fantastic. They're pushing the boundaries. They're innovating. We like that very much. So from handshakes to Ibanez, ladies and gentlemen, that was the second guitar on our docket today. Oof, baby. How are we feeling? Where's everybody? Today's chat is a little quiet. I don't know whether you guys are in the middle of 4th of July celebrations. I don't know if our Canadian friends are still hungover from the 1st of July celebrations. There's a lot of celebrations going on, but the chat is a little quiet. All right. Shall we do our... Dorothea is celebrating July 4th. at my brother-in-law's home barbecue and coffee with cake. Hell yes. Hell yes. Man, for those who don't know, Dorotio's from Texas. By the way, speaking of Texas, in all likelihood, very possibly, early next year, late this year or early this year, I'll be in Dallas, in the great state of Texas. I'm aiming for February next year, but it could be earlier. So yeah, in all likelihood, in a few months' time, your boy will be in Dallas, handling some business. And the reason I said it, here's the thing, right? Dorotio said barbecue. You can't have bad barbecue in Texas. Otherwise, your family and friends will leave you. Or you run out of business. You just go out of business. That's the thing with Texas. You can't have bad... Like, I hope his barbecuing skill's good. Otherwise, it'll be an issue. But have a great celebration, pal. Have a great celebration there. We like Texas. We like the great state of Texas. So, yeah. There we go. That was our second item on the docket. Here, this is the thing. Like, there were times over the past months where we covered, like, the Fender lawsuit and the Gibson stuff, like Gibson suing Armadillo and Dean Guitars filing for bankruptcy, and all that stuff that I covered in the past 3-4 weeks. For someone who's passionate about guitars and the guitar market, it was one of those months that I was like, didn't have a positive outlook on the guitar market. I was like, man, like, everybody's suing everybody. It's about everything but guitars now. And then AI is coming in and just like people just grab like a content creator's YouTube video, turn it into AI, and then repost the whole thing. We talked about that. So my outlook on the guitar market and the guitar world overall was a little grim. It was a little like whatever. But then there were like situations where like guitar like this, right, really make me hopeful. Like, we're like, oh, thank God. Okay, we're innovating. We're doing cool things. We're being athletic. It's about the guitar. It's about the company sitting with an artist and coming up with something new and beautiful and good quality. You know what I mean? So guitars like this make me really, really happy. Like, hand on heart, it changes a feeling in me. Like, it really does. Because I was getting sick and tired of this, like, lawsuit news. I was like, make it about the guitars, for the love of God. Hats off to Ibanez. We like them. Dorotio says everything is bigger and better in Texas. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dorotio, you're in Houston, right? I think you told me. I think you were in Houston. You were in Houston. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be in Dallas in a few months. The Dallas Fort Worth area. That area. Yeah. Who? Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Who knows? I might. I don't know when I'm gonna get there. Whether it's gonna be late this year or early next. But see if we can get some Dallas Mavericks tickets. Let's see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right. Shall we do an announcement? I'm gonna pause the music. And we've got a couple of announcements, and I kept it for 4th of July. And it was a grind to bring it here where it is for me to be able to announce it, but I'm going to announce it. Okay? Check this out. Play the music. Play something like nice. Hold on. Let's play something really, really like mellow, not too crazy, not too... Is this good? All right, this is nice and relaxing. We like that. Okay. For someone who's overtly excitable, I think I need something like that just to soothe the nerves. Right? I'm like the Benny Goodman of live guitar stream. So, check this out. I think over the past 7 months, I've been working on this little project of mine. Because as you guys know, I teach guitar and I make guitar related content. And one of the things I always got from my students, like very, very commonly, was how a lot of material on music theory is like complicated and difficult to understand and dry, and how it doesn't sit well with guitar players that are kind of self-taught and are sitting in that like intermediate level, like beginner, not like fully beginners, like, you know, they play some songs, they play at home, they're hobbyists, but they're sitting at an intermediate level. One of the feedbacks I got, and you can see a lot of those like similar comments in the content that I post, like on my Instagram, like shorts, YouTube shorts or Insta. You can see how people responded to say, oh, like, yeah, this explanation made sense finally. You can see a lot of those in a lot of the videos that I made on music theory. So what I did, it took me about 7 months, is that I put it all, like I put together a course where I start to teach music theory with sort of like the hobbyist at home person in mind. And it's not a theory for the sake of theory. It's a theory where I force people to play things, right? So I had this little project that I started to work on. And the only reason it took me 7 months is because I have a full-time day job. I teach guitar and I do online guitar content. And so that's like 70 hours a week, right? 70 hours of working a week. I think that's enough. And so I was like squeezing 1 hour, 2 hours a day when I had the energy to put this together. That's why it took me a long time, but it's like, I'm so happy that it kind of came to fruition. So check this out. Check this out. This is our 4th of July announcement, ladies and gents. Our guitar music theory course is live. This course has 19 lessons in there, and there's 3 more that are coming. Like I told you guys, it's not just a music theory thing. So we talk about a theory and then we practice it. Then we talk about, like, say, the major scale, how it's made, what are the things you need to remember, and then we play it. Major triads, what are they? And then I'll force you to play it. And then you see how it works in a song like Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. Minor triads, power chord, major keys. Then you have a project where you have to write your own song using what you've learned. Then I'll teach you the major pentatonic scale, and then you have another project. And then you have a third project, right? So this is not a sort of a theory lesson where you get to just like memorize theory for the sake of memorizing theory. I never saw a course out there that like forced people to play. And so like this, essentially what this is what I do to my private students, like people that I teach. You know, I get them, all right, this is the theory, now play it. Get on that guitar and I can do it. Let's make sense of it, and then let's put it into songs that you already know. That was the idea behind this. So we're announcing the release of this course today. It's on our school community. For those who don't know, school is like Patreon. It's like a online community where you get to, like, you know, have memberships in there. So now this, by the way, is not announced on any other social other than this stream right now, because there's 3 more videos to make on this, and I have to put 3 more videos in there that I still have not. 1 is recorded, not edited. 2 are not recorded yet, and they will be in about a week time. The reason I told you guys about this here, and so like I'm announcing it to you guys, only the live stream people, without like full release, is because if you guys are at any point over the past 82 streams that we've done, because we've done what, 82 streams, right? Literally, today is the 82nd stream. Every weekend, without any failure, we did the stream. The reason I'm telling you guys about it is 2 things. Number 1 is that this program that we have for music theory for guitar is not just the lessons. I'll be going live every single week to support these content. So for those who sign up for the membership of this, you guys are not just getting like videos and downloadable material, right? So, because for example, if you go to each lesson, right, you get the lesson and resources, downloadable material, practice sheets. Again, another random lesson, see that? Summary and practice. Again, power chord summary and Q&As. So every lesson has a video and has a PDF where it covers the summary of the lesson, and then it asks you questions that you have to answer, and then you see the answers in the answer key. But in addition to that, every week, I will go live to cover the content that we discuss in this course. So if you guys got a question about it, it's literally a private lesson live, just like the stream that you guys on. It's in exactly the same format, but it's just exclusive to the online community that we have at school. Right? See that? Every single lesson got its own like little PDF there. And so every week, at least an hour every week, we will go live, and you guys put your questions in the chat. You guys tell me what one of the things that you are not certain about, and I teach it to you live. So that's the most important thing in this course, I think, because again, almost everybody goes on, like creates a course, and then they're like, all right, well, this is the videos, and that's it. Whereas what I'm trying to do here is to just like get you guys to get finally, for people who are like, can we finally please get the music theory stuff? This is for you. So it's the videos, it's the PDF files and questions and summaries that you get to, read and study at home. And then the live stream that I go on live, just like now, and you get to ask me your questions and I'll answer all of it. Now, that was the first reason I brought it up on the stream. The second reason I brought it up is this. If at any point in our 82 streams, including today's, you put something in the chat. So that's Zuhair, that's Dorotio, that's Sean, that's Art and Guitar, that's Yokilla, that's Klaus, everybody. In the past 82 streams, if I have your name in the chat, you get to have this course at a quarter of the price forever. So the way this works is this, right? This course, this community that we have on school, check this out. So this is the guitar music theory, right? There are two additional courses that I'm building at the same time. One for absolute beginners and the other one's for guitar modes. And the one after is going to be the guitar chords. So it's like a complete dictionary of guitar chords from major, minor to sevens and dominants and nines and all that, right? So there's more and more material coming. It's not just one course. For everybody else, when I launch this next week or the week after, it's going to be $20 a month, $20 US, so $19 US a month rather, right? If you guys at any point have put your chat in the chat of our live stream over the past 82 weeks, even once, you get to have access to this forever for $5 a month instead of 20, instead of 19. You don't have to do it. Do it if you see value in it for you. So please don't think that I'm like, because a lot of times people say, oh, please support the course or please support the channel. No. If you think it adds value to your playing, if you think it adds value to you, that option is open there for you guys. No hard feelings, no nothing. For perpetuity, as long as I'm doing this, you guys get to have it for $5 a month. And now, right now, for everybody else, it's $19 a month. So next week, the week after when we announce it, it's going to be $19 a month for everybody. And then there will be price increases at some point. So like once I have like 5, 6 courses and this gets bigger and bigger, there will be price increases, but you guys are grandfathered. So anybody, it's not just you guys. So let's just say someone next week signs up for $19 a month. And I increase it, say, to $22, as long as they're on that membership, the $19 a month stands, right? So it's grandfathered. So for as long, this is just a launch thing that I'm putting out there, right? So it's like anybody who signs up on it and stays on it $5 a month for perpetuity as long as you're on. Obviously, you can cancel anytime you want it. It's a monthly thing. You can just go to the school community and cancel it if you want to. So for those of you who are interested, as long as you've got one chat over the past 82 weeks, I'd love to give this to you guys for $5 a month just to thank you guys for hanging out with me. 82 weeks is a long time, man. 82 weeks is a very long time. And I can't ask for better people on this course and in this journey with me. So that's there for you guys if you want it. Now, for me to be able to give you guys that discount, I just need your email to send you your unique discount code. So when you guys go to a checkout on the school website, right, there is a discount code that you can apply. Like you enter, and like just any other discount code, right? But because that discount code is not for everybody, again, this is an offer only for you guys. I don't want to put it out there. So if you guys are interested, anybody who thinks that's something they want to do, they enjoy it, they want to get on another journey with me and exclusive live streams, like just for you, that offer is there. Put your emails in the chat for me or email me your email and I'll be able to send you your unique discount code so that it's only $5. You're not paying $19 a month. So that's our big announcement for 4th of July. And I wish I could finish the 21 videos. We're at 19, so I got 2 more videos left. I wish I could do it, but I genuinely couldn't do it. I did my best, but we're still releasing it on 4th of July. So there we go. Sean says, well done, Mr. Sorenzo. A whole course. Nice. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Doroteo says, you're serious, bro? That's a good deal. I'm glad to hear that. It's my thank you to you guys. Look, 82 weeks, and I think Doroteo and Zuhair were like the first people who ever put a chat in our live streams. So, like, what you guys do here is like close to my heart. I really appreciate you guys. And I'm like, when I was thinking about this, right, how to structure it, and I'm like, man, I want these guys on the journey with me. They were in this journey with me from earlier on. Like, I would love them to be around. Like, I don't want to, you know, make this like, all right, you know what, just pay me whatever. No, like, I want you guys on this journey with me. So I'm beyond grateful for you guys. 82 weeks is a long time, y'all. Have a look. Number 82, that's today. We had all the way 70s. We had our Easter. We had other streams too that were not numbered, by the way. So Fred Work and Chat wasn't, this one was numbered, but like there were some other things that we did that weren't numbered necessarily. Number 54, number 48. Like throughout all these times, every weekend we went live and you guys were around. And I'm just beyond grateful for you guys. Like Zuhair and Dorothy were like the first people that ever put a chat in there. There we go. That was our first stream. The stream we used to call it the Axe Angle, not the Guitar Podcast. And then it became the Guitar Angle, and then it became the Guitar Podcast. But all these streams, we were there and you guys were around, and I'm beyond grateful. So that's the reason why we're doing it. And it's only for you guys. So it's going to be a unique discount code that you can use like once. It's a lunch thing, right? So as long as you guys are staying as members, you get to have that for $5 a month in perpetuity as long as I'm alive and doing this, which is going to be for a while. I'm 34. We'll be around for another 40 years, hopefully. Ryu says, thanks for the generous offer, Sensei. No, man, thank you guys for being around. That's the least I can do. Is it in US dollars or Aussie dollars? It's in US dollars. And it's highlighted on that course page too. It is in the US dollars. So if you guys are interested, you can, if you don't want to put your email in the chat, that's fine. This is the link to the course. Let me know if that doesn't work. So this is for the course. I'll pin it. And if you guys don't want to put your email in the chat, so it's a private thing, right? You can send your email to me separately, and I'll put my email in the thing for you. give me a second in the chat for you guys. Hold on. The email is fortis.bisco@icloud.com. Right? So that's the school channel's link, the URL. So you can go to the About page and everything else. But before you go there and you sign up, do send me your email, please. So email me your email and say, hey, this is me. Just tell me who you are so I know who you are. Like Doroteo, say, hey, I'm Doroteo. Or whoever wants to do it. I'm not singling you out, pal. There's no pressure. Anybody who doesn't want to do it, you don't have to do it. You don't owe me anything. It's my way of thanking you guys. I owe you guys something. That's why I'm doing this special for you. So please don't feel any pressure. This is not forceful. Like, all right, you gotta, no. But just if you are interested and if you think it adds value to you, extra live streams, like teaching live streams to support it, and the videos and the PDFs. If that's what you want to do, like to, get music theory and actually play the music theory stuff on your guitar neck, that's for you to take advantage of. Please send me an email. Say, hey, this is my email. This is me. Like, that's my YouTube tag. That's my name. And I'll generate you your unique discount code. And then you can apply it when you get into it. The Urtio says, if we don't get it, will we get dinged? Like, if you don't get, what do you mean dinged? Clarify. Are you asking me if you guys don't get it, am I going to be upset? God, no. If that's what you're asking, God, no. I'm beyond grateful that you guys are around after 80 streams, man. That's the only reason I'm doing it. So I'll tell you guys what the plan for this is, right? So after the next 2 videos are done, we're going to put it out there in the wild for $19 a month, right? And so the focus is going to be that in terms of like pushing this course out there, right? This is just like a pre-release thing only for you guys who came and hung out with me. But if that doesn't add value in your life, man, I don't want you to do it. So I'll still love you, and I'll be beyond grateful that you guys are coming in on the stream and chatting with me. It's a highlight of my week. So there's no pressure whatsoever, guys. Dinged mean looked at negatively. I assure you that you will not be dinged. And I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. Look, man. And we're going to do my favorite part of the stream now, too. Every stream, over the past 82 streams we've been doing this, every time you guys come in, I'm like, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Yeah. So, no, you will not get dinged. I assure you. Can I tell you guys something? I learned this from Mark Cuban, who is a Dallas native, as I understand it. You guys know Mark Cuban? Mark Cuban is this business guy, like a multi-billionaire, part owner of Dallas Mavericks. I'm talking about too much Dallas Mavericks on the stream, despite the fact that I'm a Lakers fan. So I don't know why I'm doing it. But there was a thing he said. I read it a long time ago. He was like, man, selling something is not about favors. Selling something is about somebody thinking, oh, something gives me value and I'll get it, right? So I'll think of it like this. Let's just say I buy this can of Pepsi for a couple of dollars, right? I go to a store, I give them a couple of dollars, and they give me a can, and we're happy. The reason I do this is because at the back of my mind, I think that this worth more than $2. That's why I'm willing to do that exchange, right? So that's a $2 coin, right? I'm willing to give it to get this because I think this is worth more than $2 in my mind. To a shopkeeper's point of view, the $2 worth more than this. So he's willing to do it, or she's willing to do it. And so we do it, right? It's never about favors. I see all the time where content creators, teachers, not just guitar, in every domain of content that you talk about, they say, oh, press subscribe to support the channel. Or if you guys want to support the channel, do it. And for me, I was like, look, it's a nice thing. It probably helps them to convert a lot of people to subscribers or to buyers and things of that nature. And for me, it's like, no. Like, if it adds value to your life, do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to force something down your throat that doesn't add value. The whole point of this stream and everything I do is to add value. Like, do you want it? It's like someone wants to go for hiking and they go to a hiking equipment store, right? Like, you want to get like ropes and what are those, like hammers or whatever that you do for climbing or hiking, whatever. And then you go there to buy that. And then the guy tries to sell you like golf clubs. You'd be like, no, because that's not what I want to do. That's the idea. Dirge says, is it month to month? No, it's a month to month thing, dude. It's a month to month. You can cancel it anytime you want. So anytime you want to cancel it, you can cancel it. It's a month to month thing. It's not a contract. Trust me. I'm not even like, I don't think I'm sophisticated enough to have a contract sorted out. It's like a guitar course, like anything. It's like exactly like Patreon. The only reason I selected school over Patreon, for those of you who have memberships on Patreon or on OnlyFans. By the way, like, that wasn't a joke, because OnlyFans is not about adult content only. Like, there's actual legit like people that teach stuff on OnlyFans as the website, right? So I didn't mean to crack a joke about adult content. But for those of you who are on like Patreon, OnlyFans, websites like that, it's a monthly thing. Yeah. So there we go. Now who has a membership on OnlyFans? That's what I want to know. Confess. Come on, guys. Ay. Ryu says, cheers, bro. I'd gladly pay the 20 because it's you, dude. I appreciate you. I don't want you to do it. Let me do something to give back to the kindness you guys showed me over the weeks and weeks on end, every weekend. Let me do that for you. I'm beyond grateful that you said that, Ryu. Let me do something for you guys. So, yeah. But man, can I tell you guys? Can I share something private with you guys? Let's do our favorite part of the stream, and I'll share something really private with you. And it's not about OnlyFans, by the way. We're not announcing me on OnlyFans next week. Like, we're not doing that. But guys, let me pop a can to your health before anything. Let's do that. Just like every week, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and putting your chats in the chat. Everybody bring your drinks. Bring the drinks. Let's do it. It's the 4th of July drinks, and that's the thing, right? If I didn't quit drinking like 6 years ago, I'd be popping a can of beer. Used to be Bud Light, but I don't think I'll go for them anymore. But hey, here's to your health, my friends. Let me pop it open. I love that sound. To your health, to your loved one's health. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, y'all. Happy 4th of July. Hell yeah. Cheers. Hoorah. There we go. Man, there's so much to be grateful for. And this is my like 4th of July message. Like, this is like why everywhere around the world, I think, America should be appreciated. Because it's the country that got forged wood, wire, and metal into the electric guitar, and then added some rebellion to it. And it became the instrument that we love so much. 1920s and 1930s, for those who don't know, the first concept of electric guitar was created. You guys know the brand Rickenbacker? That brand is named after one of the people that was like fundamental in developing the electric guitar to, you know, be where it is. And then obviously you had the likes of Les Paul, Leo Fender, and Ted McCarty who came in and just, you know, created the magic we appreciate and enjoy. Yeah. So, like, even if you're not American, like, you have, like, honestly, like, you look at electric guitar and be like, how much this thing changed our life. That's an American invention. So much to be grateful for this 4th of July. Electric guitars being one of them. For me, it's like wood, wire, metal, and rebellion put it together. Electric guitar. What more can you ask for? Ryu says 250 years since we told King George to kick rocks. Yeehaw. Hell yeah. Man, I really look forward to that Dallas trip. I really do. I can't wait for it. Anyways, man, can I share you guys something private and we'll jump to the next item on the docket? It's a really nice Jackson guitar I want to show you guys. You guys know, like, how, I don't know if you guys do it, but I do it a lot. Like, for some reason, I set a goal. Like, so for example, 6-7 months ago, this course that I told you guys about was the goal. And for some reason, I tie my whole identity to it. And so it becomes like, man, I'm a loser. I'm not man enough until I get this done. And there are days that I'm like, I finished a day job. That's like 8 hours. And I teach some students, like 3 students, 4 students in that day. And I'm dead. That's it. That's all I had to give that day. And I get mad at myself for not being in front of the monitor and editing or recording new videos for the course. I kid you guys not. I went through a lot of emotional up and down to make this course, like, to put it where it is. So the videos are great. Like, I'm enjoying it when I'm recording it. When I start, the flow is superb. I recorded some of those videos like 5 or 6 times, and until it became like what I wanted it to become. But I kid you guys not, this is like a intimate thing. So, you know, it's weird to say between us when you put it out there on a live stream, but between us, I went through a lot of emotional up and down to make this happen. To get that extra juice out of me at the end of the day to get something good out. Yeah. Anyways, so there we go. Ryu says Rickenbacker. Yeah. Shall we talk about the next item on the docket? For those who are into 80s shredding, 80s fans, 80s shredders fan, you'll love this guitar. Check this out. Check this out. It's an athletic guitar, by the way. Why did we do the Christmas? Anyways, so y'all, check this out. This is a Jackson Pro Plus Series signature Brandon Ellis Kelly. Check this guitar out for a second, by the way. Oof. I saw this guitar a few days ago, and I was like, ooh, yay. It looks really good. Like, you guys know I'm really upset at Jackson after that last Jackson guitar I had, and I told you guys I'll never buy a Jackson again, and I was upset. This is a beautiful guitar. For some reason, Kellys are stealing my heart. So this Kelly, and there was another Kelly we talked about. You guys remember the Kelly Diablo? Jackson, Kelly, Diablo 4. Where's my images? This is the one. Where's the... Good God, it's this one. Right, so they did another one, another Kelly with the Diablo 4 developers at Biohazard, the gaming company. And like I was like, oh, this looks so good too. I stopped myself from buying it, but I don't know. As of late, Jackson Kellys are really stealing my heart. So there you have it, folks. This is the new Pro Plus Jackson Kelly. That was released by Jackson. Let me pause the music. Let's have a listen to this guitar together. Boom. let's have a listen to this guitar together, and then we'll talk about the specs. Shall we? Let me give you guys some volume. Let me give you guys some volume. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Boom. Let's have a listen to this guitar. That is the guitar. How good was that? I really dig this guitar. I'm not like too crazy big on 80s stuff, but my God, for some reason, this guitar really, really worked for me. Oof, that was so good. Doroteo says Marty Friedman uses Kelly when he was with Megadeth. He did. He did. He's been with Jackson for a long time. Now he's playing with the Les Paul one, the Les Paul shaped one, but he's been with the Jackson guys for a long, long time. Sean says, gotta bail. Promised my wife I'd buy her some cake. I'll catch up with the rest of the stream offline. It's been fun. Sure, dude. Enjoy. Get a nice little cake. We like a good cake. Good athletic strawberry cake. We like that. So get that cake, my man. I'll catch you around. Ryu says, makes me wish I had hair to bang my head. You guys remember my long hair? I hear why you would say that. Like, I don't know. Ryu, do you have like nice, like thick, long hair, like Japanese style long hair? Because those are like easy to manage. So Mrs. Peachy got like really good long hair, right? Straight, thick, high quality, athletic. My hair is like curly. So when I had my long hair and every time I headbanged, even like a few things happened, right? First, every time, even if I had like a little bit of beard, the hair would get stuck on my face and it would get annoying. So I'm like playing and now I'm just trying to like struggling to, you know what I mean? To sort of get rid of the hair. That was the first thing. Secondly, it will tangle. My hair would tangle like crazy. So when I cut my hair to this one now, what it is now, good Lord, you're right. I missed the head banging too. Not the neck pain that came the day after the head banging, but you know, I kind of miss it too. It's just that it's so much more convenient. Not since 99, Bozu. So なんですか? 坊主ですか? For those who don't know, Ryu spent some time in Japan. I was born in Japan. Bozu is bald. Short hair bald. All right. So there we go. Oops. Actually, before we do that, let me bring the music back on. There we go. So here we go. That is this little Kelly, and we like it. We like it a lot. The thing I found interesting about it, if you guys have a look at these pickups, these Seymour Duncan pickups, do you guys notice the poles are a little different? So they're like dual poles instead of like having like one under each string. It is kind of one under each string, but you see like the sort of like parallel lines there. That's an interesting thing that you see on this guitar, which I'll talk about in a second. So yeah. There we go. One more thing that is interesting about this guitar, check this out. So you can see sort of like got this gloss little the gloss neck, and all the pattern is like continuous across the guitar. I thought that was really good. I really appreciated that. It's made in Cortec, by the way. So it's an Indonesian made guitar. There we go. So let's talk about the specs. So you have a Nyata body, which is again very similar to mahogany in terms of its tonal feature and just like its physical features. You have a one-piece neck through maple construction with graphite reinforcement. So neck through, when Jackson says neck through, you guys think like the middle ground between the set neck and a neck through. So they kind of have like a very deep set neck, for lack of a better word, right? A single volume with push and pull to series or parallel option for the bridge pickup. Three-way toggle, top mount Goda 96T double locking tremolo bridge. 12 to 16 inches compound radius, not a surprise for a Jackson guitar with maple fingerboards and black shark fin. This is interesting, right? Because more often than not, you get the ebony with the sort of like pearl shark fins. The inlays here are a little different, like black shark fins, and then 12 one is a little different, and it reverses from 12 fret and above rather. So that's like an interesting thing to me. Now, it says 27 jumbo stainless steel frets. I don't know about you guys, but check this out. So 15, 17, 19, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27 only on the treble half. So I get it that it's a 27th fret guitar, but you know, only on the treble side, I guess, right? So 27 jumbo stainless steel frets, 25.1 scale length. So it is a short scale length ish for a guitar like that. Reverse Jackson headstock. You have the ivory neck and headstock binding, 42 mil nut width, so it's thinner. We like that. And you have the Seymour Duncan dyad parallel axis in the bridge, and then you have the SDK pickup at the neck. So it comes with this gig bag. It's an interesting guitar, y'all. Honestly, I like it. I really like it, and I honestly like the fact that they went with the Goda floating bridge, not just like a Floyd 1000 like every other guitar. I like it, a little bit of thing. I have a feeling that in all likelihood, it is the artist's preference. Like these kind of changes with Brandon Ellis, like in all likelihood, this is Brandon Ellis's requirements, like his preferences, not something that Jackson did. Because more often than not, I think they were with 1000 Floyd Rose 1000s. Yeah. So there you have it. I think we talked the thing pretty well. Body finish is a gloss one, which is not a surprise for a guitar that is painted like that, like a heavily painted guitar like that. It's obviously going to be, you know, a gloss finish to sort of like, you know, bring the color out, I guess, right? To make it a little nice and shiny. But I think we covered the whole situation. Now, Ryu asked, is it under 1,000? I do not think so. Let's check it out. I don't remember checking the price of this thing on Sweetwater. What did I just click on? And why did I click on that? Oh, okay. It's that old thing. Let's see. Nah, $2,200 on pre-order. No way. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if it's under $1,000. Yeah, $2,200. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand why this guitar. It's a signature guitar. You know, it has this sort of like nice coloring scheme on it. So I understand why it would get priced like that, but I think $2,200 is really pricey for this. Personally, that's my opinion. And it's the thing with guitars, right? Like, $2,200 for this is like too expensive for me, but then it'll be too cheap for somebody else. Someone like who has a lot of like, you know, has the money to spend on this, but more importantly, like likes this guitar enough to spend that kind of money on it, right? So, like, one of the things I've been thinking about is, like, I've been a little bit more cautious with my own language when I go on the stream and say, hey, this is, like, cheap, this is expensive, this is this or that. I'm trying to be a little bit more careful about it because, in all sincerity, it is a matter of preference, right? I'll give you guys a very extreme example. The only reason, I'll tell you guys what. So you guys know the Les Paul guitar I have at home, right? So the Les Paul I have at home, the only reason I bought it, it was because it's a limited edition with exotic wood-ish, but it is the thinnest Les Paul that is ever produced, like one of the thinnest ones ever out there. It's slightly thinner than Gibson modern Les Pauls. And I don't like thick guitars, but I like a Les Paul. That's why I bought that guitar. Now, if he came to me and said, hey, this is a Murphy Lab Age 59 reissue, and you can buy it for $1,000, would you buy it? A guitar that goes for more than $10,000. Like, would you buy it for $1,000? I swear to God, I won't. $1,000 is too expensive for me for a Murphy Lab 59 reissue. Relict. Right? And the reason for that is that I don't like big, thick guitars, right? I like big boy guitars. Like, I have a Firebird, but I have a Belly, right? And I sit in front of my monitor, like at a desk the whole day. So I don't want a thick guitar like this where my arms have to come around like that. My belly pushes the guitar out. My arms go over like that. It's a painful experience. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting at the desk the whole day and my back is tired. My neck, my arms, they're tired. I want something nice and ergonomic. So if you came and said, hey, like, you know, Murphy Lab 59 reissues, $1,000, would you get it? No chance I would. It's too expensive for me, right? $100 I might think about it. I'm not joking. So when it comes to the price of these guitars, it's, you know, $2,200 is too expensive, like, for whom? You know what I mean? You got to ask yourself that. So, but yeah, it's an interesting guitar. The Diet pickups in it, the fact that they've got the Goto tremolo system in there, and the coloring scheme of it, I thought it was an interesting guitar. They call the color Gold Crack, by the way. Yeah. Ryu says, I'd take it to flip it. Yeah, I agree with you. Me too. Like, if somebody gave me that, you know what I mean? Murphy Lab 59 for $1,000. You buy it for $1,000 and you sell it for $10. Yeah, exactly. It's the only scenario where guitar makes a good investment. Because it never does, right? Guitars are crappy investments, man. They're not investments at all. Like, I'm not an investment expert. This is not investment advice. But if you guys are buying a guitar to be like, oh, you know, like later on it's going to become more expensive and I'm going to sell it, do not do that. From my experience, it's a bad idea. I've bought and sold, I'll tell you guys the honest truth, bought and sold dozens of guitars, right? Only one guitar I ever had, and I still got it. That's the guitar that I'm not going to sell, right? I love that guitar. That's one of my main guitars. There was only one guitar that appreciated in its value. Out of all the dozens of guitars that I've bought and sold, there was only one guitar that I ever had, and I still got it, and I'm not selling it. Like, it's the one that I don't want to sell, that appreciated in its dollar value. Everything else, down. Do not buy guitars thinking it's an investment. It's not. Ryu says, when I was in high school, these crackle finishes were on everything. Right. It's a very 80s thing. It's a very 80s thing. And it's coming back. Like, one thing I noticed, Ryu, guitar designs in a lot of ways are like fashion. It goes in cycles. Like, the fashion that we're wearing now is like the repetition of the 80s. 70s, 80s. And it just keeps cycling itself. There was a really nice documentary on that. I forgot its name, but I saw it like a while ago, where it literally says, oh, like 2000s, the fashion was like this in the 60s. Oh, like 2010s, the fashion like that was in the 70s. There was like a cycle to these things, apparently, which is really interesting. I was like blown away. So yeah, I still find 90s fashion really attractive, like really fun. Earrings and short hair and long baggy jeans, and Chucks. Hell yeah. But yeah, there was a comeback on these like 80s design stuff. Jackson is doing a whole lot. Schecter's doing a whole lot. Schecter is doing a lot of those 80s inspired stuff right now. And their coloring stuff. Like this year at NOM, they came out with a lot of stuff that had like 80s vibes to it, like shredder vibes to it. Yeah. So that's really interesting. When Tim Henson came in and they really like changed the guitar scene, like Tim Henson, Polyphia as a band, Periphery as a band, there was like a few bands that came in that really pushed the boundary of metal music and rock music. And like there are some of the reasons why like Instagram guitarists like are completely like a different vibe now. It's like fast shredding, tapping, heavily produced like sounds and all that you see on Instagram these days, right? I think they're in part responsible for it. I was expecting them to further push the boundary of what a guitar looks like in terms of just the aesthetics, and it didn't happen. Like, when I remember when that first Tim Henson guitar came out, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So not this one. It's not even there on their website anymore. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Like, first Tim Henson signature Ibanez, and it has like DiMarzio pickups in there. No, electric guitar. It was the black and gold one that I'm talking about. It's this one, Black Beauty. I think so. There we go. Yeah, this guitar. So that was Tim Henson's first signature guitar, right? With DiMarzio pickups. When that first came out, I was surprised. Right? Because the type of music that they do is just like beyond this world. It's just so like push things forward. And then the next signature came in. Right, this one. The pink one and the silver one. Right? I was still a little like, Jesus Christ, really? Come on, man. We know it's there. There we go. This pink guitar. When it came out, I'm like, yeah, fine, you know, but I was expecting something a little bit more, I don't know, like dramatically different than what you see in normal guitar designs, right? This was the first one that came out. The second electric guitar, rather, that came out. And it wasn't the case. For some reason, I thought that these guys would really push the boundary of how a guitar looks like, but they didn't. Misha Mansour didn't either. I think really out of that gang, Tosin Abasi was the only person that really pushes the boundary of what a guitar should be. Yeah. So that was really like an interesting thing for me. Like I was like, wow, okay. We guitar buyers are conservative after all. So there you have it, folks. Oh, wow. All right. I've got one little article to discuss with you guys as our last item on the docket. And I thought it will be a very interesting discussion. And I've touched on it before on other streams. But I thought, hey, let's have a chat about it and see where we go with it. How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling athletic? How are we feeling right now? YouTube. Twitch is awfully quiet. Let's jump to our next item on the docket. Check this out. Boom. So, John Mayer did it again. Like, I don't know. We're doing a lot of John Mayer arguments, articles. But I read this article the other day, a couple of days ago, when it just came out, and I'm like, yeah, fine. It says the argument about string gouges is the silliest thing a guitarist can engage in. And right off the bat, I felt silly. I was like, okay, well, John Mayer says so. And then John Mayer on what really matters when choosing a guitar string you use. And John's biggest argument is, is about the functionality, like about the practical implications of the string thickness, right? So what he talks about is says, everybody thinks you get a YouTube tube screamer, you turn the distortion all the way up and turn the level and you get yelled at. But his sound wasn't about gain. The gain was in his hands. It was muscular, atom bomb left hand, which made a guitar sound loud, right? And so essentially he's saying that the relationship between the fatness of the strings and the tone is not symbiotic, especially if it comes down at the expense of how much movement you can get out of your bends. What he's saying is that just make sure that the tension is as big as you can get. The tension is as big as possible as long as you get to move your strings the way you want it. That's his like bottom line of the argument, right? So big enough to get a great tone, but nimble enough to finesse those vocals bends that we as guitar players always go for, right? And I appreciated that sentiment, what he brought up there. I agree with him that if you get, like, say, too thick of a string, like 1156s or whatever, right, for standard tuning on a 25.5-inch scale guitar, it'll be too thick and too painful to do bends, for example. If that guitar has high action, you're screwed. You know what I mean? It's going to be very tiring on the fingers, and playing that guitar for an extended amount of time is going to translate to some sort of an injury. So there's no questions about that. I just wanted to make the discussion a little bit more nuanced. That is, okay, the first hurdle, just like John Mayer says, is the functionality, right? Can you comfortably move those strings, press those strings, bend those strings? That's the first hurdle. No arguments there, right? So let's just say you land at say 1052 gouges where you can comfortably move them around, right? Okay. Now, from 1052s, I'm just using 1052s as an example, which is because it's like a common string gouge, right? Let's just say you're comfortable, your hand is strong enough, your fingers are good with 1052s at its max thickness. So that means anything from 1052s and lighter is open to you, right? So 1052s, 9.5 44s, 942s, 8.5s, 7.5s, and so on, right? Now the question is, all right, in that range, what is a good string gouge to use, right? Here are some few thoughts for you guys. If by any chance you're buying a new set of strings, if you're thinking about a little bit of a change to see how things work out, these are some of the ways I think about it, and hopefully it'll help you guys. First and foremost, If you go with a lighter string gouge, you get more treble and more bright sounds out of that guitar, right? Lighter strings translate into a lighter sound. So let's just say you stick to one particular string brand. I'll just use D'Addarios because they're my favorite brand of guitar strings. So D'Addario NYXL is what I always use. And this is not a sponsored stream, right? Like this is just what I personally prefer. D'Addario NYXL strings are my absolute favorites. So same brand, same material, same guitar. The lighter the string gouge is, the brighter the sound is going to be. Very clearly audible, by the way. So one of the considerations I have is that, do I want to put a lighter gouge of strings on a guitar that is very trebly on its own? You guys want an example? You guys want a good example there? I'll show you guys something. So this is a Washburn N4 Nuno Betancourt signature guitar, right? I adore this guitar. It's one of my absolute favorite guitars that I ever touched. Fabulous guitar. Very trebly, very ice picky. And I changed that Bill Lawrence 500 XL pickup to a Seymour Duncan Nazgul rail. So this is a Seymour Duncan Nazgul rail pickup. It's an Alnico 8 pickup for those who are interested, right? But it's still a freaking trebly guitar. It's a very trebly guitar, right? The thing I don't do with this guitar is that I don't put light string gouges on it because it kills me. I do not go below 9.5 on this guitar. If I go 942, this is going to be way too bright for me, right? So I'll just give you guys as an example to say that some guitars are inherently more trebly. Some guitars have more bass or mid ranges in them. It can be a combination of your pickup, your guitar build, your tone wood, yada yada, right? But whatever the outcome of that is, the second thing I would do after like looking at the functional thing of a string, how well can you bend it, how well can you play on it, right? The next thing I would look at is the guitar that I'm putting it on. Is that guitar too trebly? If that's the case, I will not go for a lighter string gouge. Right. So now, let's put this back there and show you guys this. So now this guitar is another Washburn N4 Nuno. By the way, guys, I told you guys I've done a mod on this guitar. I changed the guitar pickup cover and the pickup rings. See the chameleon rainbow thing on the pickup cover and the pickup rings? That was the latest mod that I did on this guitar. I told you guys I'll show it. Here it is, right? Now this guitar is exactly the same guitar as the one that I showed you guys. The tone wood is a little different, so that one is made of Corina and Hawaiian Koa. This is made of swamp ash, the body, and it's sounded actually even brighter. And one of the reasons I put the pickup cover, so I actually soldered the pickup covers on this, was to kill some of the brightness, because that's what pickup covers do, right? One of the things you can do, if you guys have like a really bright sounding guitar and you want to tone it down and sort of like, you know, make it a little less trebly, put some pickup covers on it. And if you choose like a really cool pickup cover that is a nice color match with your guitar, right, you can get something like that out of it. So this is like the nice little thing I did. If you got a guitar with like gold hardware, you can put gold pickup covers on it, and it makes the guitar look really good. It's a fun activity if you guys like know how to do it. It's really easy to do too. So you just put the cover on it, make sure the cover has the right size, and you solder it to the bottom of your pickup. Really easy to do. But after I installed the pickup cover on this guitar, the guitar became less trebly. That harsh high end of the Washburn N4 that it's so famous for, it gone away. By the way, the bridge pickup in this is also changed. It's not the Bill Lawrence, it's also the Seymour Duncan Nazgul. So similar to the other guitar. I changed the bridge pickup for both of these guitars, right? With this guitar, because it has the pickup covers, I feel more comfortable going a lighter string gouge. Does that make sense? So you really got to look at the guitar that you're putting it on too. That's the point. So that's the first point that I want to bring up. So it's not just the functionality of the string, but it's also the sound of it on its own. That's the first thing. Secondly, you guys, when it comes to the string thickness, there is a point of being too thick as opposed to, like, in terms of it eating in your fingers. Like, some people have like thicker fingers, some people have thinner fingers, right? And one thing I noticed is that after a certain point, if the string gets too thin, I feel like it's just like pushes into my string too hard, and it doesn't feel comfortable and fun to play. Sliding on those thinner strings feels a little weird to me. So that's another consideration you want to have when it comes to installing like strings on your guitar. Another thing I'll say is that keep in mind, like, be mindful of how the guitar nut that you've got is cut, right? So if you got a double locking tremolo system, that's a little different. But if you, for example, got a plastic or a bone nut or a Graphtec Tusk nut on your guitar, be mindful of how those nut slots are cut. Because if you make the strings too thick, it might not fully go into the slot. If it's cut for thicker gouges and you go really thin, you don't want the string to be wobbling inside the nut slot. If the nut slot is badly cut, you're going to get buzz out of that. So that's another consideration there on those guitars. When it comes to the selection of strings, it's not just a matter of functionality. Now, someone like John Mayer, my man, like, hats off to him. Super good guitarist, one of my favorite guitar players, right? Extremely skilled and knowledgeable, a student of blues guitar tradition. So I have all the respect in the world for the guy. I think when you get to a certain point where everything is customized for you and you get your own guitar tech and everything is kind of prepared and handed your way, you kind of don't have to think about a lot of these stuff. So, yeah. So he's right. You want to be more engaged in the playing itself, not so much the strings, but there are some implications if you think a little deeper about it. You can make different selections for your guitar playing and your guitar, and you do that. Those little things that might not come to mind right away feel very different when you actually play them on the guitar. So, yeah. Doroteo says crackle finishes were from the 80s and 90s. Yes, sir. Sure were. Doroteo says those Washburn N4s are collector's items. And believe it or not, only one of them actually appreciated in value a little bit. Like, even the other one that there were limited edition stuff, right? Because I'm a huge fan of Washburn N4s. If I want to sell it right now, I'll be lucky if I can sell it for 70% of the price that I bought it. Lucky on a good day. In this market. I won't sell them, so those Washburn N4s are going to get cremated with me when I die. But the only that Washburn, the first Washburn, is the only guitar I got out of pure luck. I just love Washburn N4s. That, like, if I sell it right now, which I'll never do, but if I do it, it's going to be like a little bit more expensive than when I bought it. That's it. Every other guitar, dozens of other guitars I bought, I've lost money on them. Guitars are bad investments, guys. Do it if, like, treat buying and selling guitars, like for those who are into it, like you're thinking about it, buying and selling guitars, it's like going to a casino. You go to a casino, you literally like just go like whatever casino you go to, right? You go there. I would go there. I don't go to casinos often, but if you ever go to a casino, I would go there and I would think about, all right, you know what? I've got like $100, $200 that I want to blow tonight, and it's just going to vaporize. I'm going to lose my $100, $200, whatever. And it's just going to be a cost of having a fun night. Like, just like you buy tickets to go to a cinema. You pay $40, $50, whatever, to whatever, right? You spend your money, you know that's it, and you got a night of entertainment ahead of you. That's how I would go to a casino. Like, I've got $200 and I know I'm going to lose it in all likelihood because the house always wins, but I'm comfortable with losing $200 for that entertainment and I'll go, right? That's how I would think about it. With buying and selling guitars to try new guitars out or to have a little collection and all that, it's very similar to that. You have to get in there thinking that, okay, I'm going to lose 20-30% on each guitar I buy anytime. Like, go in with that mentality and you're a lot less likely to be disappointed, and you're a lot more likely to have a more realistic view of how that world looks like, because that's what it looks like. It's not an investment. It's not a business strategy. It's not a business model. It's a losing money machine. I'll be honest with you guys. And the only reason I do it is because I love it so much. I love guitars so much. Electric guitars. And I just love trying new ones out. And so since I became better at buying guitars, I've been buying only secondhand guitars so that I don't have to take that 20-30% hit. So, because if you buy a brand new guitar, you want to resell it a month later, at least 20-30% hit on it, like straight talk. But if you buy secondhand, that loss is a lot less. So it makes a lot more sense for somebody like me, or anybody, honestly, to buy secondhand guitars as long as they're in a really good condition. So that's why I'm so big on secondhand. Because there's a lot of good secondhand stuff is out there and I can buy and just not lose as much money anymore. But this is how you guys should think about it. Yeah. Doroteo says, wow, those are great deals you're getting on those used guitars. Yeah, like, dude, the market is so soft right now. It's the buyer's market. If anyone wants to buy something, buying secondhand right now is like the perfect time. Perfect time. If you just know how to buy a secondhand guitar. I actually have a video on how to buy a secondhand guitar. I have like a list there. I'll tell you what to look for. It's somewhere on YouTube. For those who want to learn how to do it and just learn from my experience so you don't make the same mistakes I made. You know, it's a good place to start. But if you know what to look for, and if you can do like minor little fixes at home, it's a pretty safe thing to do. It's not like, you know, you're going to get like some completely crap guitar that it's unusable or something like that. But right now, you guys, anybody who doesn't believe me can try it. Buy a first-hand guitar. Hold it for 1 week or 2 weeks. Don't touch it, so it's brand new, literally. And then try to sell it online. See how much you can get out of it. Try it. And if you guys could manage to keep more than 80% of the money, do let me know how you did it, because I'd love to learn that trick. Ay. All right. I think we killed it today, man. I think we had a really good stream today. I'm really happy. I'm so glad to see you guys. As always, every weekend I say this is like one of the highlights of the week for me. And the fact that you guys coming here, hanging out with me, guys, thank you so much for doing it. It's just a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all. And with that said, guys, I think we're gonna leave it here. Happy 4th of July to you, your family. I say it every week again. Love a loved one, hug them. If you've got a guitar at home you want to play it. Hour or two a day. You earned it after all the hard work. And for those of you who are interested in taking advantage of the live stream audience only, the special I have for my guitar music theory course, if you're interested, email me, send me your name and your email, and I'll send you your specialized discount code so you don't pay $20, you only pay $5 a month. It's a monthly membership thing. You can cancel anytime. This is like a launch deal for those of you that have been on the stream with us for the past 82 weeks. My God, hats off to you guys. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video, in the next live stream, or our school online community's exclusive live streams where we hang out, teach guitar, and yeah. Guys, what more can I say? What more can I say? Take good care of yourselves. Mwah! I'll see you in the next stream. Woo!
The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me again. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow, and every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.